Next up, we have Chris Romano, architect, researcher, and director of Studio North. As a faculty member at UB and a facade specialist for rigidized metals, Chris leads interdisciplinary teams on cutting-edge architectural fabrication. His award-winning work blends hands-on building with material innovation, shaping Buffalo's most experimental spaces. Let's welcome Chris Romano.
So I want to thank Mike Hoover, Lucas Fetzko, and Randy Fernando, who have contributed to this story. It's a three-part story, a reclamation of city, of buildings, and of our landscape. It's situated along the south shores of the Buffalo River. Just south of the First Ward sits the greatest collection of grain elevators in the world. Left over from Buffalo's legacy as a Great Lakes harbor, and recently this site is a destination culturally for the visual arts, among others, but is also a reclamation project of our industrial past and a vision to reconnect ourselves to the waterfront. Anchored by Duende, a social space that brings together live music and, of course, beer, reinforced by 160 apartments at the American Mill and Warehouse, our work proposes a change of use from industrial to residential, reclaiming only one of 15,000 vacant structures in the city as a single-family home. After years of neglect, the grounds have been reclaimed not just by humans, but by wildlife, with deer as the protagonist. A delicate negotiation between progressive land use and ecological stewardship on post-industrial land once considered dead. At the site of the former Swanee Shack is a special place where the seeds for Silo City were born. We intervene by adaptively reusing a shack as a home for two sisters, hence the name Sister Shack. It adopts a principle of no new buildings are necessary. Peering into the interior of Shack A, we begin with acts of removal, acts of restoring this building's infrastructure. Collectively, these are acts of salvage, of preservation, of remembering our cultural heritage. Peering into Shack B, we experience differences, suggesting that this shack was not original. And we aim to continue this accumulation of history, slow adaptations and small additions. Given soaring construction costs, is this the future of affordable solution? From a bird's eye, we begin to reveal the spatial logic. Living space in Shack A, sleeping space in Shack B, a service zone between the two, which spills outside and begins to find the space of entry. On the exterior, we place two objects on the Duende side of the property. A metal safe serves as mudroom, a shipping container for mechanicals. Both maintain an inconspicuous presence, allowing generosity elsewhere, larger openings and views towards the Buffalo River. On the interior, two objects referred to as Sister 1 and Sister 2 are inserted into the shacks. Each possess the functions to achieve human comfort. Formally, these objects are, of course, sistered to the original, reinforcing the intent for compact and minimal living. In the plan, the act of sistering evolves into an interlock, allowing for flexible sleeping as well as expanded food preparation while maintaining acoustic privacy between living and sleeping. Once the envelope thermally is introduced, you can feel the compactness. Thus, we intervene in the vertical axis by introducing globy skylights, which overlap with the structural girts, creating tension between old and new while improving daylight access. Being true to our reductive ethos, only one new opening per facade. With each aperture piercing through the shack, we create expansive views of the silos, while resolving life safety requirements. The largest barn-style opening faces the river. Made of reclaimed sheet iron, this shutter allows the sisters to spill outside, creating a one-of-a-kind waterfront property, something that does not exist in the city currently. In collaboration with Josh Smith, a meadow full of wild perennials will surround the sisters. Not just clumps of color, but capturing the emotions of seasonality. Rewilding creates both natural security as well as a home for both wildlife and humans. Our favorite species is Agastaki, codenamed Blue Fortune, which attracts butterflies, hummingbirds, and bees, while resisting the protagonist of the deer. Driven by a naturalist approach, we follow ecology rather than purely aesthetics and work towards healing of the soil. In terms of zoning, not for buildings, but for plants, our ambitions are to connect the interior to the exterior, where the foreground is something that is emotional, natural, and wild. And the background is stoic, raw, and industrial. In closing, Sister Shack is tiny when compared to the colossal giants, tiny enough that perhaps the IAS trifecta wants to build it. Yet its impacts should not be measured by size, but how it preserves our industrial heritage, produces prototypes for housing, and contributes to the future reclamation of Buffalo.